Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching. Coming up in the next half hour, County Executive Marc Elrich hosts another community forum on racial equity and social justice. Plus, this summer camp taught MCPS middle schoolers about their course choices for high school. And later, thousands of sunflowers are a fruit bloom in Poolesville. But first, the County Council is considering a bill that would create an advisory commission that will inform the council on policing best practices. The public hearing on the measure was held this week, and Susan Kennedy tells us reaction to the proposal is mixed.
Trust between communities of color and police.
Hundreds of residents turned out for a public hearing on a new bill that would improve the county council's oversight of Montgomery County Police. Lead sponsor of the measure, Councilmember Hans Remer, said, though Montgomery County has an excellent police department, it's not immune to challenges.
Where communities that have had challenges for years in their interactions with the departments are now having a voice.
This measure would develop a community partnership with the police to allow civilian participation in the formulation of department policy.
The idea with this particular proposal is not to in any way cast judgment on the quality of those fine young men and women who every day go out there and put their lives at risk. It is really to be proactive in how we promote and how we amplify this issue of community policing and community engagement.
We would have meaningful community interaction and input with the ability to look into data. We need to look at those arrests, and we're going to be digging into that. We need to dig into how we are doing community policing, and are there ways that can be improved.
This commission and board will be designed to do is have a place where we can have those honest conversations with each other and with members of our law enforcement community.
There would be 11 civilian members of the commission. Acting Police Chief Marcus Jones is in the running for the open chief position. He says by no means is the police department a perfect institution, but he believes a police advisory commission would assist both the department and the council.
We expect the commission will provide an objective analysis and informed opinion on how the department can improve, as well as how others can help us in our mission.
The evening hearing came on the same day County State's Attorney John McCarthy announced charges had been filed against a county police officer for allegedly using excessive force. At the public hearing, it was clear feelings on this issue ran deep.
People who are not experts in the field of professional policing should not be making decisions related to professional policing.
I urge you to create this commission and to fill it with people of color, with LGBTQ people, and with all of those whose safety is so precarious, especially in the hands of the police.
The Civilian Police Advisory Commission bill will now move to the Public Safety Committee for discussion, with a vote on the measure scheduled for later this fall. In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
County Executive Marc Elrich and Council President Nancy Navarro hosted another community conversation on racial equity and social justice. The event took place at White Oak Community Recreation Center.
We need to begin to reframe our narrative, because many times when we talk about racial equity or social justice, or when we talk about early childhood, or we talk about academic achievement gap, etc., people tend to automatically think that this is only a moral issue or only a civil rights issue. But we need to also begin to acknowledge that this is definitely a social economic imperative.
This is the third community conversation on racial equity and social justice. The goal is to advance fair and equitable outcomes for individuals and communities of color in government decision-making across all county-funded agencies.
The council is supposed to be developing legislation in the fall that we'll be working with them with. They're going to take the feedback from these meetings, I think, to help frame what the concerns of the community are and what people are going to try to do with the racial equity program. My office is going to be appointing a person in charge of the racial equity program at the executive level, and so all this will come back and help inform how we go forward.
This community engagement will serve to ensure that policy reflects the needs and priorities of those most impacted by disparities and inequities.
We have long recognized that our diversity is our strength, and so this has been an opportunity to hear more directly from community residents regarding what some of their concerns are, and we believe that this will have an impact on economic development, on education, on how we handle master plans moving forward, and so this has significant ramifications from a policy perspective, and even just taking the time to take stock of where we are as a community has tremendous value.
Attendees had the opportunity to participate in breakout group discussions and brainstorm on opportunities for improving racial equity and social justice. Council President Nancy Navarro hopes that Council can adopt legislation in the fall with a goal of January 2020 for implementation. The county's Department of Health and Human Services, along with other nonprofits, service providers, hosted a community memorial service to remember homeless individuals who have died in Montgomery County. This is the second year that the memorial takes place at Veterans Plaza adjacent to the Executive Office building in Rockville.
My office is having meetings to discuss ways we can actually reduce construction prices and make it possible to produce units in a more affordable way. We've got a call on our partners, and particularly in the world of business, to provide the kind of philanthropic support to make taking care of people more possible. I think it's a broad community responsibility to try to address this.
For more information on services and providers that serve homeless individuals, call 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/HHS. With recent extreme weather, we want to remind residents to stay safe. Whether it's extreme heat, threats of flooding, or a summer storm, be prepared. The county's Office of Emergency Management offers tips on how to stay safe during hurricane and summer storm season and urges community members to take time to familiarize themselves with what to do before, during, and after a severe storm. Visit the OEMHS website for information on how to stay safe before, during, and after a severe summer storm. Also, Alert Montgomery is your source for accurate and immediate emergency notifications directly to your phone or email. You can personalize your preferences to receive information that is important to you. From severe traffic alerts and weather alerts, government or school closures, cancellations, or delays, gas leaks, park closures, public health, or other public safety and emergency communication. Sign up today for Alert Montgomery at alert.montgomerycountymd.gov. Coming up on County Report this week, Human Rights Director Jim Stowe was our guest this week in the county's Spanish language radio show. And Rockville residents can drink without any worries. The city's annual water quality report is out and it looks good. Those stories and more when we come back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. This week on the county's Spanish language radio show, we talked with Director Jim Stowe from the Office of Human Rights. He addressed employees' rights under the new minimum wage increase that took place on July 1st in the county, and also about an upcoming community forum that focuses on eliminating hate and violence.
We have a marvelous opportunity to get together as a community again and have a public discussion. We're calling it a public forum, where we'll have an opportunity to talk about the issue of hate. Remembering the past to protect the future is the theme for the August 7th event. Will be held at the Silver Spring Civic Building. 6:45 is when we're saying to people to come and be a part of a little light refreshments, and then right at 7:05 we'll start our presentation for the evening. We'll be looking at 2 documentaries that will try to set the stage for our conversation. The story of Fannie Lou Hamer will be part of our presentation, and also the lynching of George Orwood. And so the whole idea is to be able to be in a position then to have ourselves kind of remember a little bit, and then be able then through a panel discussion kind of understand about what we would have just seen, and more important, how we feel about what we would have just seen and how it actually applies to today here in Montgomery County.
For more information, visit montgomerycountymd.gov or call 240-777-8450. Montgomery County Executive Marc Elrich has appointed Dr. Raymond Crowel to serve as the new director for the county's Department of Health and Human Services. Dr. Crowel brings more than 30 years of experience in this field. HHS is the county's largest department. The agency is responsible for public health and human services that help address the needs of the county's at-risk children, adults, and seniors. HHS addresses basic human needs, including food, shelter, and clothing. This month, Radha Technologies announced that it is locating its new U.S. headquarters and manufacturing facility in Germantown. Lynn Benzion from the Montgomery County Economic Development Corporation is here in the studio to tell us more about that expansion project. Now, Lynn, how did it come about and how many jobs?
This company was introduced to us by the Maryland Israel Development Center, a wonderful organization and partner that promotes bilateral trade and economic development. Radha Technologies is the recently formed American subsidiary of Radha Electronics Limited, an Israeli company that produces advanced electronics for the aerospace and defense industries. They were looking for a home for their new U.S. headquarters, for their research and development space, and for their advanced manufacturing operations, all in one. Montgomery County Economic Development Corporation worked with the company over a period of months, and they ultimately chose an existing building in Germantown, where they will spend nearly $4 million to build out and equip 25,000 square feet of commercial space. They're going to hire 50 people in the next 2 years, and then an additional 30 more. So that's 80 new jobs by the end of 2023. These will be in a wide variety of fields. So we have manufacturing technicians, quality control people, engineers, management, and support staff, all full-time, benefited positions that will pay a high wage that will allow these people to live right here in Montgomery County. MCEDC worked with the Maryland Department of Commerce and a number of other agencies and organizations to bring this project to fruition. It was a partnership, as so many of our projects are, but the most useful thing that we did probably was to introduce this company to Montgomery College. All of our companies ask about talent. Will they be able to hire qualified people when they need them? And the college was wonderful. They brought together people from different departments and showed Radha how they could access their students for internships and their graduates for the full-time permanent positions, and how the college can customize a training program for Radha to help it meet its needs over the long term. Now that's available to any Montgomery County company that wants to work with Montgomery College. And by the time we were done, Radha was confident that the college and the county could provide the talent pipeline it needed for the long term. We'll continue to work with Radha so that we can work them through the permitting and the build-out process. They want to be in by the end of summer or the beginning of fall. That's pretty aggressive, but we're all confident we can meet that timeline. And we're so pleased that Radha Technologies has chosen Montgomery County and has shown once again that this is an excellent place for advanced companies, technology companies, both international and domestic. We can help them at any stage in their development.
Thank you, Lynn, for being here, and congratulations. For more information, go to the county's Economic Development Corporation website. Montgomery County Executive Marc Elrich wants residents to know the county has launched an online survey to gauge residents' assessment of their local government, its services, and their quality of life. The 2019 resident survey was mailed to 5,000 randomly selected county households in the first week of June, and residents who did not receive the questionnaire in the mail are invited and encouraged to participate online. The online surveys for all the residents will be available until July 19th and can be taken in English, Spanish, or Chinese. Households who received the randomly selected mail survey but have not yet completed and returned it are asked to use their mail survey and not to do an online survey. For more information, go to montgomerycountymd.gov. The 2019 Water Quality Report for Rockville is in, and Rockville 11's Kathy Dantzler brings us a story.
Rockville, rest assured that your drinking water is safe and reliable, and the proof is in the annual Water Quality Report released this month. According to the report, Rockville's drinking water met or exceeded all drinking water quality regulations set by the Environmental Protection Agency and is enforced by the Maryland Department of the Environment. Last year, new construction within city limits increased water customers in the city to over 50,000 for the first time. This led to additional water quality monitoring by the Department of the Environment, including annual lead and copper testing. To check out the annual water quality report and to get more information on Rockville's water supply, head to rockvillemd.gov/annual water quality 2019. For County Report This Week, I'm Kathy Dantzler.
Coming up on County Report This Week, some middle schoolers had a grand time during a summer camp at Gaithersburg High School. We'll tell you why. And don't forget to stop for school buses. If caught by a bus camera violating the stop, the fine can be up to $500. Stay with us. County Report This Week. We'll be right back.
Introducing Ryder Flex, Montgomery County Department of Transportation's new on-demand transit service to help you get around in defined Rockville and Glenmont-Wheaton zones. Download the Ryder Flex app to book your ride. No fixed stops or fixed schedules. The Flex comes when you book. New 11-passenger buses are wheelchair accessible and have free Wi-Fi. And you ride for $2 or less. Visit rideonflex.com for service areas and hours of operation.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Ever thought about having a career in television, radio, or other digital media fields? Montgomery College is offering some answers to those that do. John Watson has the story.
As part of an ongoing career exploration series at Montgomery College, the MCTV production studio was the location for an information session on careers in digital media, television, and radio. Professor Joanne Carl and recent TV program graduate Roberto Martinez were guests for the half-hour program.
The jobs out there are growing and growing, the number of jobs out there, as digital media becomes a part of our daily life. Everyone expects to have video or expects to have graphics.
I know people who want to be a news anchor. Some people are currently applying for Warner Brothers and Adult Swim. So I was like, oh wow, and so some of them, they did stuff for like the embassy for Mexico. So it's just like for me, I'm a huge fan of sports. So I've been obviously started off with the camera, but I'm also doing more stuff as well.
Other program graduates now working in the industry contributed their thoughts on the value of MC's program and how it helped their eventual career choice.
When I got to MC, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do for a career. And I took a television production course and I was hooked. I got to be in front of the camera, I got to be behind the camera, I got to work audio, I got to do lighting, I got to do the engineering, and the more and more I got into the program, I just had a great time being able to create what it is that I love doing.
I graduated with honors in 2011. During my time there, I learned all the stages of reporting, from writing and researching a story to shooting and editing it.
where is all that foundation knowledge, particularly in the 100 level courses. It is organized that in the 200 level courses, you specialize a little bit. Roberto specialized in editing, where somebody else might be the writer, he's the editor. You have to know all the basic skills of all those, but like Lillian specialized in journalism, and she may have had somebody else who really wanted to be, not to be in front of the camera, but wanted to have some impact, so they would go out with the camera and be her camera person.
If you're interested in a career in digital media, visit the Montgomery College website and search TVRA. For County Report This Week, I'm John Watson.
MCPS middle school students recently participated in a summer camp filled with fun, but also got a peek at some high school career programs. MCPS TV brings the story.
We're here at Gaithersburg High School this summer for a one-week summer camp for middle school students to experience different career options and pathways that are offered in MCPS. Middle school students are exploring different opportunities that are offered in high school courses, such as mechanical, know-how, or culinary arts.
There you go.
And I Heart Robots and coding and game design.
We are absolutely thrilled with our participation this year. We have over 200 students, a full camp with students with all kinds of abilities, and they seem totally happy to be here, and we're thrilled to be able to support all of them.
I'm in the Medical Mysteries program, and so far we have swabbed railings and swabbed our cheeks for DNA, and we even swabbed toilets.
First, I want the students to have a lot of fun at this camp. The purpose is for them to have fun and to also get a little bit of learning. And then when they go to high school, that maybe they'll consider taking a class in coding or a class in culinary or a class in mechanics.
This camp has really helped me a lot, and I want to pursue that in high school so I can learn more about finance and about the business world.
It's not school, it's camp. The kids are having fun, and they're learning through having fun without feeling the rigor of the classroom.
MCPS is raising funds to purchase backpacks filled with school supplies for students in need. For just $10, you can provide a student in need with a backpack filled with school supplies for the 2019-2020 school year. Last year, thanks to the generous donations of MCPS parents, staff, and community members, the district was able to provide over 18,000 backpacks. We are hoping to serve even more students this year. For more information to donate, go to montgomeryschools.md.org. Montgomery County officials are making it clear that passing a stopped school bus while its lights are flashing is dangerous and can cost motorists a hefty fine. My MC Media's Jordan Lindsay has more on what you need to know.
Most of you have probably noticed cameras on the side of Montgomery County Public School buses.
We started doing automated enforcement several years ago. Back in 2016, we started really into it big time. And we did it because our buses get passed so often when they're stopped with their red lights on, loading or unloading students. There's been a national one-day survey going on for about the past 8 years. And each year of those 8 years, when we have our drivers count how many times they get passed, they tally between 800 and 1,200 illegal passes in a single day.
Not stopping for a school bus in the state of Maryland can cost motorists a hefty fine.
The chief judge in Maryland has set the fine for somebody illegally passing a school bus caught by camera at $250. So it's a $250 fine that the registered owner of the vehicle gets in the mail after these cameras catch that vehicle illegally passing one of our buses. It's a maximum fine of $500, but the actual ticket is $250. So if it got challenged in court, in theory, it could actually be raised up to a maximum of $500. If you don't get caught by camera, but you get caught by a police officer who sees it happen and stops you, the initial fine is $570, and the maximum on that could be raised in court is up to $1,000.
Since 2016, Montgomery County Public Schools Transportation Director Todd Watkins says an alarming number of motorists pass school buses with flashing lights.
The number of tickets that have been issued during that time, since October of 2016, is just a little bit over 100,000 tickets. So actually 103,000 to date.
However, Watkins also says the amount of repeat offenders has decreased.
The good news to me about that is that our repeat offender rate out of those 103 is less than 5%.
Come this fall, when the school year kicks off again, the entire fleet of MCPS buses will be equipped with automated enforcement cameras.
People say, are you out to get money or whatever? I don't care about the money. What I care about is we change this dangerous behavior of people illegally passing stop school buses, because every time somebody passes a stop school bus, it's a potential life-changing tragedy for that student and their family. I'm the director of transportation. I don't like riding behind a school bus. I get it, right? But I also get that this is precious cargo. This is our future, right? These are our kids that we love so dearly. So please, when you see the bus with its yellow lights on preparing to stop and then with its red lights on while it stopped, please just wait.
Reporting in Rockville, Jordan Lindsay for County Report This Week.
Coming up on County Report This Week, the county's annual farm tour and harvest sale is just around the corner, and we'll tell you how you can find a participating farm near you. And you can't miss this opportunity to take home a kitty, free of adoption fees. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What will Montgomery County look like in the year 2050? This is our chance to figure out what the future of the county can be and how it will grow so that every resident can have the opportunity to thrive. Montgomery County can be a place where we invest equitably in our communities to make them vibrant and safe for all ages and incomes, to work, live, and play. Together, we can set a vision for the infrastructure that connects our residents and creates a roadmap for a more sustainable, responsible, and prosperous county. Let's plan our future together.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. The county's annual farm tour and harvest sale is right around the corner. It takes place on July 27th and 28th. Spend a day in the country petting farm animals or having lunch by a scenic pond. You can also pick your own berries and buy flowers and fresh produce. This is a celebration of the county's agricultural heritage. Most of the farms will be open from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. You can learn more about the farms on the county's website at montgomerycountymd.gov/farm tour. Every summer, nature lovers, photographers, and artists head for Poolesville to walk among acres of sunflowers. Maryland's Department of Natural Resources plants the flowers each year in the McKee-Becher's Wildlife Management Area. Each year, the sunflowers draw thousands of people, and one resident talks about why she visits the fields every year.
The fields are gorgeous. We come every year. I always try to take a break from the middle of work for a few hours and just walk around the fields and enjoy the scenery that we have here.
If you're a pet owner in the county, we have an important reminder. All dogs and cats that are 4 months of age or older must be vaccinated against rabies and have a pet license. The Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center will hold rabies vaccination clinics. The vaccinations are free if you purchase a county pet license. If an owner doesn't have their animal vaccinated, they could face a $500 fine. The list of dates is on your screen. The clinics will take place once a month through September and will be held at the Adoption Center in Dirtwood from 8 until 10:30 a.m. For more information, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD. The Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center has announced that they are participating in the Maryland 2000 campaign, which means free cat adoptions for the entire month of July. Cats of all ages, activity levels, colors, and sizes are waiting and ready to be adopted at no cost. If you or your family have been thinking about adding a feline family member, this is your chance. Adoptions take place every Thursday through Tuesday at the county's Adoption Center. There, you can fill out a short questionnaire and meet with an adoptions counselor who will make sure you and the pet of your choosing are ready to go home together. If you have any questions ahead of time, you can call the Adoption Center and be connected with a team member at 240-773 5900. For the pre-adoption checklist, visit the website montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD. And with that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.